Hi, this is Mike. Welcome back to the channel. So I was looking at some of our Desire to Trade podcast guests, and we have nearly 500 since inception. And there's one trader I always want to get on the podcast, and you may recognize him.
Let's do it.
All right, so I have, Desire to Trade Zone, Etienne Crete. Welcome to Bangkok.
Appreciate it.
Love it. All right, it's a beautiful place. A little hot, but a beautiful place.
So amazing.
I thought I have Etienne on, switch the microphones a little bit, and really kind of get a little more glimpse. We don't know too much about this guy, but I want to focus on why you chose Thailand. But first, tell us a little about where you're from and when you made the move.
I'm from Montreal, Canada, so really far from here. Made the move here in 2019, right before COVID started. Basically, I met my girlfriend first, then decided to move here to be able to travel in Asia. So yeah, I've been in Thailand ever since. Well, still traveling a lot, but kind of having a base here.
Was it the weather that drove it, or the girlfriend, or Montreal winters can be really tough, I would say.
Very tough, yeah. It was mostly the location. Like, it's a good place to be Central Asia, so you can go like many countries in there's 2 hours of flight, 2 or 3 hours. You can be anywhere you want in Asia. I really like to travel in Asia, so that was kind of a central place for me. So being able to be here and go out and see other countries really quickly, that was kind of a cool thing. The fact Ghana to here is like really far, but if you just fly from here to Hong Kong or Singapore or Indonesia or Cambodia, it's like all very close.
So you have a need to fly to Hong Kong, Singapore. I love it. This is like the traveling trader. I love it. Did you fall in love like with the country?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely convenient. Everything is very modern here, more than you would see in the US for sure, and Canada as well. So that's definitely a good plus. Also, the water is nice. The landscape is really amazing. You have some nice beaches, some very nice place to hang out and relax.
I mean, I'm loving it. It's kind of, when they checked in and said, how many days you'd be staying? I said, 4 years. She got a kick out of it. So yeah, and I would think the dollar, your money goes a little more stretched back for your buck.
Yeah, definitely. For the same amount you would spend here, you get a lot. Maybe I'll spend less money here, but you get more value here than you would get in a different country like Europe or Canada. So to me, it's worth it.
Cool. And has the time difference been a factor in your trading, or maybe it helps you, or that doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, totally fun.
I mean, I know that would be something I think a lot of people would ask. Well, do you trade like Tokyo session now because you can't trade the other? It says no bearing whatsoever.
No, I mean, the US session closes at 5 p.m., right, in the US. So for here, it's like maybe 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. So that to me isn't a big deal. So I could just look at the chart for morning, then I'm done with it. So even easier than the US.
Let me ask you I want to talk a little bit about how you grew your wealth too and everything. But what makes Thailand so mystical? I've been here, for about a week, and I find it too. I mean, the people just have an aura about them. Obviously, nice and sincere, but there's something about this place that has like this spiritual overtone that just makes me want to stay.
Yeah, I mean, something about the people for sure. Right? People are very friendly here in general. Something about the, the culture. It's very fascinating as well. There's some very nice temples you can just go and explore. So that's a fun thing. Yeah, but it's definitely a fun country to be in.
Yeah, we explored the temple of Louis Vuitton last night, right? It was there. And I found it to be very interesting. So I want to go home empty-handed, I'll be in the doghouse. Great. Yeah, it's I really am enjoying this, and we got a taste of like the beach life, but also city life. And yeah, quite honestly, I'm torn. I kind of let.
And yeah, the mountain, if you go more in the north, it's like mountain life. So
yeah,
very different.
And what's wine tasting, things like that. So I would think in my short time here, there's something about the people here, and I love Southeast Asia and all the people. There is a caring mentality that it just quite honestly, I'm really, really getting addicted to. So you may see more of me here in this beautiful land. So as you made the transition, you started building your trading wealth in Montreal, I would think, and that sort of brought it here. Tell us a little about how there must have been some hills and valleys and setbacks, but how did that really all come to pass?
Yeah, I mean, I realized back in 2015 or so that I wanted to go full-time trading, but I didn't have enough capital to do it. So for me, that was impossible to be able to trade and make enough money to survive. I could maybe make maybe $500 a month, but even traveling or being in Asia, that just wasn't enough. So I had to find ways to get capital and ended up being investors. So I met a guy who gave me some capital. I actually traded for him for a while, get some of these returns. And over time, I kind of built my account this way. So with trading for that person, I started with just like $30,000, which was a small amount back then. But over time, I've been able to build it up, keep some savings, eventually go to like my own account, and then kind of build this up over time. So
it sounds like a perfect move in the equity group, but there had to be struggles. Like for sure, some of the things that, do you remember some of those like sort of tests of like intestinal fortitude we go, oh man, you know, it wasn't just bad trade day, but like things that kind of.
I mean, the first one is just like increasing size. Like, how do you go from like $5,000 to $70,000 in like one day? Do you go like full your size directly, or do you kind of keep it slow? I think like very slow, and even like too slow in some cases. So for me, scaling up was difficult. Like increasing the size, people say, "Oh, it's just like a different number," but it's like it's more than that. It's like a mindset. It's like when you lose a big amount, then you kind of feel it more because you're not used to it. So it was definitely a tough one to scale up.
Yeah, especially if you're doing investor capital too. But
Yeah.
even just encouraging your money too, it just it adds up. And but you overcame it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
How
I got some coachings from Randy Howell. That helped a lot. Being able to work on my breathing, my mindset, on kind of seeing things in different perspective. That definitely helped a lot.
I think maybe, you know, being a Thailander, I feel more relaxed here as well too. So I mean, I come from the New York area, so nothing more than you're one step close to hell over there. But maybe that had played a role in it too, and that's good. That's good. And once you started hitting that point, how did you start really building your account on? Actually, you're in kind of in the zone. You have your setbacks, but you're pretty much chugging along. So how do you approach that? And to be I would think consistency has got to be a big part of it.
I mean, there's like the strategy part, which is definitely important, but there's also the part of like you got to have a framework of how much money you put into your account every month. So for me, it's like every month I would look at how much money I earn, have a framework of like I would invest like 20% back in my account, or it could be like even more. That's even more than that. But at least we're investing some part in my account, and having the other income I have from my business, from other things, I also reinvest in back trading. So then every month I grow, like there's no reason not to grow. So it's always growing and growing every month. And that's kind of how I do it.
So you run a good point. You reinvest, you're growing your account, but you're also reinvesting in you, reinvesting in the journey, so to speak. And how has that played a role in, you know, like you're getting a return on that investment, so to speak, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, investing in like programs and courses that can help me become a better trader or better in general in business and life. That definitely has a good return. So yeah.
And the reason I ask is, you know, I don't see a lot of traders doing that, just focused on profits and then growing the account. But really, it's your reinvestment in like education and excellence as a journey.
Yeah.
That doesn't stop, right? I mean, I could see very driven.
People think you get successfully get profitable and you're done with it. They can maintain this forever after, but it's not really the case. You got to always like go back and take programs and like better yourself, and always have a plan on how you're going to become better and grow. And that's very important.
Yeah, and do you find like that sort of development is more trading focused, one about trading, or is about peak performance and stuff? I mean, super good for
it. It definitely used to be trading. Now it's a bit more of a peak performance, like mindset, life in general. And I feel like that also translates to trading. You could learn some things that sure help you like in business, but they also help you in trading.
I agree. I mean, I've taken those steps too. And I wish I could have done that more in the past. Yeah, peak performance. So in this journey, when you're from Montreal to Thailand, was there one year where just like the light bulb went off as far as really growth, or was it just kind of slow and steady, churn, burn, was like that?
I feel like I had a light bulb like every year, probably like small ones, definitely. But one thing that really helped is the last year where I moved to daily charts. I was always looking at the chart and like trying to go back to trades and like seeing the chart every hour and like every 4 hours and checking everything. And I would just miss a lot of trades that way. I would like miss good setups that I just couldn't take because I was busy, or I didn't look at the chart on time, or it's too late to enter. I feel like that hurt my profit a lot. So going to daily charts only, watching the chart once a day, I feel like that's just much better for my lifestyle, for stress and everything, and also just for being able to kind of make trading work with your lifestyle.
Now I can see definitely there's less stress, and that, but most people would think less profits if you go to a daily. What do you think, or what has your experience been since that transition?
Maybe it's less profit, but I'll also increase my capital by a lot by doing this. So I can kind of, usually I would have some money in the bank that I will keep for like kind of being more safe, because trading is like a bit more risky. And I can put more money into my account from those savings. So I feel like the returns are probably maybe a little bit higher than last year, but they are with more capital and maybe less trade. So to me, it's worth it. Also, if you look at the return per hour, it's definitely higher. So
that's an interesting point. So your return per hour, plus you're more relaxed, you probably have more positive energy, things like that. Yeah, you do a lot of traveling too, and we talked about this. I mean, this is almost just like a little stop in your journey.
Yeah.
How do you manage this whole? I wouldn't say digital nomad, because you have a place and stuff, but like, how do you manage this whole traveling thing and trading? And you have a business as well. You have employees and staff. Seriously, what makes you tick? You're so unique and so different than all the entrepreneurs I've ever met. What makes you tick?
I feel like why? It's all about routine, first of all. Like, how do you make it? It's all about routine. It's about having like the right habits in place, where like you look at the chart, especially like now, once a day is very easy. So look at that chart once a day in the morning. If I do it in the morning, I tend to forget. So I do it like once when I wake up and that's it. Otherwise, kind of difficult to go back to it. Then it's about, I guess, like how you tell us you have a team. You have people around you who can help you to do it all. Otherwise, it's really hard to just kind of wake up and do it all yourself. Like you cannot just kind of build an empire by yourself.
Yeah.
So I think that's the definitely have to.
I know we get it. We're all money driven. You want to build wealth, but there's something more to it, right? You see, I seem like very driven about. You're very kind to your people, your staff, your team. What is it like? Is it just money, or is it really just about helping people? And
yeah, I feel like there's a need to give back. Definitely, like I don't get any fulfillment from trading. Like it's fun and I definitely like it, but there's not like that fulfillment of like you talk to people, you meet people. It's kind of also very lonely. And so you gotta have something that I think like fulfills you better, and helping people definitely does that for me. So being able to go out there on YouTube, sharing my experience with people, sharing what I go through my lessons, I feel like that's kind of cool. Like I feel good sharing that sometimes. Yeah, and that means that it's just kind of more fulfilling to do something else and to have a business and to help people than just trading by itself.
yeah, I mean, it answers to that question we always get. Like, why do you teach when you trade stuff like that? Yeah, I mean, that's great. And when you trade, obviously when you travel, it's the great opportunity to meet people, things like that. And we see people, very less fortunate. And it's kind of cool what we do. We kid around about it. Sometimes we're off camera and stuff, and we talk about trading, but really we talk more about experiences and different things like hotels and this and what we do as well. But we're really blessed to be a part of this journey, and I can see you kind of give that back through your channel.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy that we can just work 2 hours a day and be done, and then some people have to work like 10 hours a day and have a very small salary for what they do. It's kind of crazy to me, but yeah, it's kind of how the world works.
What's Desire Trade? Where do you see this going? You got a successful channel, approaching 150,000 subs, and we got great feedback from not just subscribers but our industry peers, and so it's blessed to be there. What's some of the next things in your vision?
I mean, I want to have definitely help more traders, but one of the main things I want to find solutions to, like, make the process easier for people. Like how come trading is so hard and like you cannot like learn it well and do it well? We gotta find ways for people to do it faster and better. And I feel like that's the cool thing is like finding shortcuts for people, finding ways that you've done it that work for you, and you can share it with people outside of that. I think to me it's fascinating. Like, how can you make the process easier? What tools can you have to make the process better for you? It's kind of a cool thing I'm trying to work on.
I mean, that's a tough challenge. You're up to it. You seem like you're up to it. Yeah, you're so driven. The motivation is certainly there. Well, I wish you all the luck. And quite honestly, I'm really excited and really proud to be a part of this journey and seeing the entrepreneur in you work. It's really a lot of fun. So thanks again for all you do. And thanks for the audience who really, the loyal people who follow us the whole bit. So if you liked a lot of stuff we talked about, or maybe you want to pick his brain a little bit, I have an I can get in on there. We can do some more of these if you like. Let us know. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you'd like to hear about our boy here, Etienne, and put the comments on, and we will see you next time.
Appreciate it.